everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be using my Marc Jacobs beauty products today because we are rediscovering Marc Jacobs. This is a line that I fell in love with ages ago, and like so many things, we tend to set them aside because we have so many new products coming out all the time that we just can't live without. So I'm going to go back, I'm going to rediscover Marc Jacobs, and we'll see how this goes. As you can see, I have my foundation on, I have my eyeliner on, and my brows are done. I used Marc Jacobs eyeshadow to do my brows, and I have my Ride or Die Marc Jacobs Rococo eyeliner on, ready to go. I am gonna do a smoky eye today, so I added a little bit more than I normally would. I have my foundation on. I have my Marc Jacobs Shameless foundation on, which, you know, got a lot of mixed reviews when it first came out, but I'm so excited because this just gives me the perfect color for my skin. So I love it, and I'm going to continue to use it, especially now that I've rediscovered Marc Jacobs. First thing I'm going to do though is I'm going to add some concealer. Now I've got this Marc Jacobs concealer, one that sort of feels like the Clé de Peau concealer that I believe is $98 or something like that now. This one is $36, so it's a little less expensive. But let's add a little concealer here because I am looking a little extra dark around my eyes today for some reason. A bit of sleep might be a good thing. Let's just get this hair out of my eyes. Like it straight, trying to do a little straight hair right now. The only way I can wear it long is if I straighten it because it is pretty wild otherwise. Not wild curly, wild fuzzy, I don't like it. So, but I do want to have it long for a little while anyway. Alrighty then, here we go. So we got a little concealer on, that's a good thing, needed that. A bit more. And again, I'm leaving the eyeliner under my eyes just a little bit messy because we're going to do a smoky eye. And messy is always good for a smoky eye. Okay, looks like I am ready to go with the concealer. What do you think? Looks pretty good. Okay, so let's break into the eyeshadows. I'm really excited about that. So the Marc Jacobs eyeshadows I'm going to use today are from the Stiletto palette. Ooh, that one, that's so pretty. I'm looking forward to it. I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. Very, very pretty, smoky, gray, brown, sparkle, all kind of really pretty stuff. So let's get started using that because I'm excited about it. Boy, I love when I get to use something I haven't used before. I just fell in love with this palette a while ago and it disappeared like they do. So there's a color in here that's a little bit shimmery. I'm gonna do a little, oh, it's a lot shimmery. Just gonna do a little on my lid for right now. And then I'm gonna take the matter one and just go up on my brow, just so I have some kind of base shadow on. You know, just to get myself started here. Shimmer down below and matte up high. There we go. Okay. So we're started. What am I going to do with this hair? It's going to be bad, it's going to be ugly, but I'm going to leave it like this anyway so I can get to my eyes. Let's start with the shadows. Now I'm going to choose this one right here as a transition color. So let me get a little of that going. Ooh, got a lot. This is really, really pigmented. I forgot about that. Marc Jacobs eyeshadows are always such amazing quality, and I've had them in all the different formats. I have singles, I have these long ones with 7 in them, I've got the little square ones that have a couple of big ones, a couple of little ones, and they are all consistently amazing shadows. So never hesitate. If you see something in Marc Jacobs that you like as far as their eyeshadows go, just grab it because you're gonna love it. You're gonna love the consistency and the pigment and everything else. Okay. Make sure we're looking the same on both sides. Are we? Pretty much. I'm going to extend this out just a little bit on the side here. Maybe a little too much. That's okay, I'll fix it. Okay. Now before I start super blending everything and trying to make everything look nice and smooth, I'm going to go to the sparkly one right here and do this just on my lid. And I'm using the same brush for everything because I've been in the same kind of color family since I started with this. Oh, I'm feeling a tiny bit of fallout on my cheeks with this, but that's okay. It'll come off. It's not a ton. And it's probably just falling out because I have to put so much of it on my brush because I just can't live without the sparkle. Oh, so beautiful. at that sparkle, I love it. Okay, I have a feeling I'm gonna be adding more of this later because you know when it comes to sparkle, that's what I do. Now, what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to take a tiny little brush, teeny little brush, and I'm gonna go into this one right here that I use as my transition color. I'm gonna mix a little black with it. Ooh, that's gonna be pretty. And I'm going to just kind of smoke out the lower line. And the upper line, why not? Now, of course, here where I am, it's the middle of the day. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon, and really the last thing I need is a severe smoky eye, but how much fun will it be to just do that anyway? I love putting on a smoky eye. I love wearing a smoky eye, regardless of the time or day or whether or not I'm still in my pajamas. Okay, let's do the other eye now. Wow, so pretty. Again, messy is smoky. I don't mind being messy. Beautiful, isn't it? Look at that. Okay, so I need to add some more because I'm feeling, let me clean that up a little bit. I'm feeling like I'm a little really smoky as far as liner goes. Oh, I just smeared all over the place. See that? That's pretty. Let me fix that. Honestly, I was gonna fix this, but I have to show you. This is what happens when you take too much product on your brush. Look at this. It's all smeared and weird and gross. So give me a couple minutes. I am really seriously gonna have to take some time and get that all fixed up. Oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. So what I decided to do is just leave this messy and smeary. I didn't add more concealer. I even had a blotch down here I had to take off with some micellar water. So I'm gonna finish my eye, then I'm going to go back and fix my concealer and foundation again because you know, smoky eyes are messy. This could easily happen again. So I want to do a little bit more color on my lid. I know I put my sparkle up there and I was really excited about that, but I need to make it a little darker. Let's, ooh, a lot darker. There we go. Yeah, this will work. Okay, so I'm gonna smudge this around. See? Blend it into that transition color that I used. That's good. Oh yeah, don't look at the bottom, just look at the top. That's getting really pretty, isn't it? Do a little more blending here. And get a bigger blending brush because we got to blend a little more up into the crease. I'm gonna blame my hair for this mess. Oh, I love Marc Jacobs so much. I can't believe I set him aside and haven't gone back to him in such a long time. Okay. Now, that is a serious smoky eye, isn't it? I'm gonna need to add a little bit more color into my brows, I think, but I'm gonna do that towards the end. What I wanna do now is I'm going to take a small brush, if I can find one. I'm gonna go back with the sparkly that I covered up on my lid, and I'm just gonna do a tiny bit in the center there. A little bit in the middle. So I have that little pop of sparkle when I blink. Okay, now I'm gonna go get a very clean brush. Let's see, do I own one? Yes, I'm gonna use this one. Clean, yes. And I'm just going to wipe along here a little bit, maybe soften the edge of the dark. Okay. Now let's take a tiny bit of this shimmery color right here. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of this and go up by my brow, just to have a little bit of light right there at the arch. Whew, I'm making a mess. Oh yes, I have to go back and fix my concealer and everything. But let's grab another little brush. I will use my Kat Von D. I know, don't hate me. This is a really good brush that she made, and it's an eyebrow brush. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little more color and just kind of darken my brows and see if this works. It is, isn't it? You'll be surprised at the color I'm using here. This is putting a lot of color on my brow. Look at the difference already. I'm gonna get this brow done and I'll show you which one I used. So this one does look a little darker than this one, doesn't it? Let me do a little on the end there. Yeah, right down there. I love using eyeshadows on my brows because I can sort of almost press through the hairs and just put that color onto my skin so it stays in place really well. Then a little bit of brow gel and we're good to go. Okay, so the color I used in my brows to darken my brows is actually this one, which looks a little purple on camera. It's not really, it's more of a gray, and it actually worked pretty well. It's the same color I used as my crease color. So very versatile palette this one is. Let's move on to a little bit more, let me see, small brush. A little bit more smoky in the crease right here. And again, always, oh my God, I look so horrible. That's okay. You know I'm real when you see my videos. All right. Okay, that one. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. They're a little more even. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to go off camera, fix up the skin, fix up the concealer, put on some more mascara, and I'll come back in a second and show you what the eyes are gonna look like. So what do you think of this eye look? Let me get a little closer. There is some serious eyeshadow going on. Lift up my hair for a second. That is so pretty. Honestly, this is, kind of reminds me of like that whole, maybe, I don't know, when was Chrissy Hines really popular? Probably the late 80s, early 90s with that really dark smoky eye, that really dark black eyeliner and eyeshadow. I love that look. So I'm gonna move on with my Marc Jacobs. What I'm gonna do now is use the bronzer. I love this fantastic, ginormous bronzer. I don't know anyone who's gone through one. They last forever. And I'm gonna put some bronzer on because I think that's gonna be good with this look. Let's get a little tan here. And if I like it, maybe I'll go tan my body. So pretty, what a pretty tan look. A little more on my brush, I'm gonna set this down and do my forehead. Now, I'm Malibu Barbie, sort of, with the wrong color hair. But I love this dark smoky eye. I love it so much, wow. So I'm gonna put my blush on now. The one that I am using from Marc Jacobs is called Lines and Last Night. That kind of sounds like the 80s, doesn't it? So that's the look I'm going for, but it looks like this, very pretty. I'm gonna take some of this. And I think because I've got some bronzer on, I can use a little more of the blush, but these blushes are highly pigmented just like the eyeshadows are, so I'm gonna go lightly. You can always add more. This makes my eye color look like a little amber, doesn't it? Instead of brown, poopy brown, I always say my eyes are. Okay, so that's a blush. Now we're gonna do the super fabulous, my all-time favorite, completely nude lip. Well, not completely, but nude lip. So let me show you what I'm doing here. I set them aside so I wouldn't forget which ones I wanted to use. Now this is the Marc Jacobs, and this is called Diva. And it is kind of pretty Barbie pink. So that's the start of the Barbie pink lip. And I've got a gorgeous lip gloss here. It's one of the enamored ones, and this one is called Pink Parade Enamored. And it's this color, it's beautiful. Still has some shimmer to it, but it's gonna add a little bit of depth to this color. Or not. I honestly think I need to add a little bit more lip to this just because of the tan. If I hadn't put the tan on, this lip color would be perfect for me, completely nude. But I do want to add a little bit of something extra to it. Okay, so I started with a very old Marc Jacobs lipstick that I probably shouldn't even be wearing. It's that old, just to get a little color on my lips. And now I'm gonna go over that with the enamored gloss. We'll just make it a little different. Because with all this bronzer, there's gotta be at least a little bit of color on my lips. Boy, do I love this look. Hang on, let me fluff up the hair a little bit. I could make it really crazy. Oh, the bad news about lip gloss is your hair sticks to it, right? Let's fix that. There we go. Wow, do I love this look. I think I'm gonna wear this to work next time I go to work. I'll get a lot of comments and people will say, wow, you're crazy, Donna. But I like the look. Look at that, Marc Jacobs, I love you. Where have you been all my life? You've been in a drawer for the last 6 months to a year, and now you're out again, and I'm super, super excited. Look at this color. Oh my gosh, I love it all so much. There's one more thing I did before I ended this video, and I used the Marc Jacobs highlighter, the one that kind of winds up like a deodorant, which I always thought was super weird until I started using it, and I really like it a lot. If you can see, I've got that little highlight going on here. I did some here on my nose. It's really, really pretty. So I hope you like this video. It's just another option, another way to rediscover something that you've used in the past. If you like it, please share it with somebody, and please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps me a lot. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.